Nathan go merere te lawa, go ngai tabua, ando talita kana vararonga na Radio Fiji One, nando maiviti.
Radio Fiji One, nando maiviti.
In this bulletin, only 50,000 Care Fiji app downloads. SODELPA leader maintains members are united. And over $57 million allocated for peacekeeping missions.
From the studios of FBC Suva.
The Minister for Economy has labelled Fijians who have not yet downloaded the Care Fiji app as irresponsible. Speaking at the 2020-2021 Post-Budget Forum organized by Fiji Australia Business Council and the New Zealand Business Council yesterday, Ayaz Sadkim said the app is created using the same technology as Singapore and Australia. Pranita Prakash reports.
50,000 Fijians have downloaded the app since its launch last month.
You want to talk about business, you want to talk about travel, you want to talk about travel bubble, you're completely irresponsible by not having the app on. And I bet you most of you don't have it on. You're completely irresponsible. Because this is actually a team effort. You need to have the app on.
The minister says one of the ways people assess a country's capacity to deal with the pandemic is with the contact tracing app.
Now what people don't realize is that when Australia and New Zealand will be looking at Fiji's app, they'll look at how many people have already downloaded it. When the Australian tourist, if the bubble is opened up soon, says, yes, I can go to Fiji, they are COVID contained, in the event that there is somebody with COVID-19, they can trace really quickly and tell me because they've got an app. Numerous studies from Oxford University, various other universities that shows that digital contact tracing is one of the best ways of contact trace and is very efficient.
Care Fiji app notifies users if they are exposed to the virus. The app uses Bluetooth technology to make contact tracing much faster and accurate. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
SODELPA leader Sitiveni Rabuka claims the party is united more than ever now and ready for the 2022 general election. In his video message yesterday, Rabuka said he regrets his past mistakes and once again apologized to the nation. The leader further acknowledged they have had disagreements and differences of opinions as a party. SODELPA has been embroiled in months of infighting which culminated in a deep rift and public displays of disunity. Rabuka also hit out at the new budget, saying SODELPA MPs will strongly oppose the government's budget in Parliament next week.
Our beloved nation, as it continues to be brought to its knees, firstly through the mismanagement and overspending of public funds through the Fiji First government, and secondly through the COVID-19 endemic, where thousands upon thousands of jobs have been lost, and regrettably thousands more are to follow. With no plan in place, tourism is crippled, the sugar industry has been decimated, business and the civil service are in trouble, and we continue to have no recovery plan in sight.
Fijians can now lodge their complaints with their fingertips thanks to the new mobile app launched by the Consumer Council of Fiji. The initiative was made possible through a $77,000 donation from the Pacific Financial Inclusion Program. Trade Minister Fayaz Koya said during the launch this morning, the initiative comes at a time of consumer demand for efficient and effective services. In these trying times, consumers are vulnerable to certain unscrupulous trade and market deals where initiatives like the new app can address these consumer-related issues on a real-time basis.
The government remains committed to enabling a fair and a safe marketplace. With a grant of over $1 million in the 2021 financial year, we will ensure that the Council is able to continue best practices of advocating consumer rights and responsibilities.
A total of $57.5 million has been allocated for Fiji's peacekeeping mission in the new fiscal year. This is a drop of $20 million from the $77.5 million allocated in the previous budget. The Republic of Fiji military forces and the Fiji Police Force currently serve in 5 of the 14 UN peacekeeping missions around the world and also serve in the non-UN mission in Sinai. Fiji has proudly contributed troops to successive peacekeeping operations in Lebanon, Sinai, Iraq, Syria, Timor-Leste, South Sudan and Namibia, to name a few. The United Nations has commended the Fijian government for a bold and courageous budget. UN Resident Coordinator Sanaka Samarashinha says the government considered some recommendations from their socio-economic impact assessment on COVID-19. Samarashinha says the UN specifically looked at some sectors such as health, education, food security, social protection, employment and macroeconomics.
We are facing very difficult circumstances here in the Pacific. There is a tendency for people to think that borrowing in and of itself is bad, but we know that that is not the case around the world. Countries are borrowing, they need to borrow. The important thing is to be able to access concessionary finance as much as possible.
More Fijians will now be able to own homes as the cost of construction may become cheaper. The Construction Industry Council says the reduction in duties and taxes announced in the new budget will also see a decline in the prices of raw materials. The council has applauded the government's efforts to assist the sector in creating economic activity. Chief Executive Vijay Naidu believes stakeholders also need to do their part and consider other factors as well.
I think we need to rethink the labor rates as well, not only the material rates. If you haven't been able to afford to build a home, now is the time.
And turning overseas, the United States is still by far the nation worst hit by COVID-19, with over 4 million confirmed cases. Deaths are also rapidly rising, with more than 1,000 recorded yesterday. These stark figures are forcing a U-turn by President Donald Trump. Up ahead, time and chance the key for Suva. And rare focus on top of the table finish.
Bula FM, number 2 NSR.
Bula FM, number 2 NSR.
Time and opportunities are two factors that Suva must utilize tomorrow in the Skipper Cup and Fairbrother clash with Nadrunga. Suva beat Nadrunga on their home ground and wrestled the Fairbrother trophy away from them in 2017 under the guidance of former coach Sayasi Fuli. Only two players from the 2017 Suva side will be in action tomorrow, Ratumeli Kurisaru and John Stewart.
The only statement that I provided in 2017 is time and chance. Time and chance is very important. So make use of the time and make use of the chance that you have, and that's what happened in 2017. We bounced back strongly in the last 25 minutes until we scored the try in the 81st minute by Aaron Isau.
And you can watch the match live and exclusive on FBC Sports Channel on the Walisi platform at 3:30 p.m. tomorrow. The live coverage will start at 1 p.m. with the women's match. The pool draws for the Punjas Battle of the Giants tournament was held in Lautoka today. Defending champions Lambasa have been drawn in Pool A alongside Ba, Suva and Nasinu. In Pool B, hosts Lautoka, Rewa, Nandi and Navua will battle it out. Fiji FA President Rajesh Patel says thanked Punjas for their support. The winner of the Punjas BOG tournament will walk away with $18,000, while the runners-up will receive $5,000.
This is a 3-year partnership with Punjab Group of Companies, and today will mark another historical event that the biggest company in Fiji will partner with the biggest football association and giving the community the game that all of them love and enjoy.
The BOG pool matches will be on the 7th, 8th and 9th of August, while the finals will be played on the 15th and 16th. Rewa Football knows what's at stake if they go down to Lautoka in Sunday's Vodafone Premier League clash. The Delta Tigers hope to maintain their lead on the points table, and winning against the Sugar City will give them the impact they need. Coach Marika Rondu says this match is special.
It's going to be the game of the season for us. It's more important than the remainder of the season, because we've lost 5 points already, and we don't want to lose any more points. So if we have to be consistent at our position on the top of the table, this game is important to us.
Fiji Bati winger Mike Sivo scored a double for the Eels in their 26-16 win over the West Tigers last night. Also getting on the score sheet was former Bati Reagan Campbell Gillard. The Crusaders' dominant start to the top rugby, Aotearoa, has prompted questions about the format of the competition. A win over the Hurricane tomorrow will leave them on track to be crowned champions well ahead of the final round. Mainly fired with breezy conditions during the day, with cool nights is being experienced throughout the country. There is a slight chance of brief showers in some areas tomorrow. And that's your FBC News. Now join us again at 7 p.m. for our major bulletin. In times of crisis, you need news you can trust. Get the facts from verified news sources like FBC's TV, radio, and digital news by logging into our website at fbcnews.com.fj, keeping Fijians connected with the truth.
Hi, I'm Ini from Raki Raki. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.